Wagwan, welcome to my backup channel. I'm on the road to 1k subscribers. Guys, please subscribe, take me to 1k subscribers. I'm only remaining with around 400 people before I get to 1k. Kindly subscribe to this backup channel. I'm back like I never left. Honestly, for the last 3 months, things have not been easy on my side. I've been undergoing a lot. But I thank God I'm finally in a position where I can pick and collect everything, all the pieces, and put them together. And I thank God for everything. I thank God for you, my amazing viewers. I thank everyone that has been supporting me. Thank you so much for your love. My people, I want to talk about Priska Sagati and the orphanage. I know of an orphanage somewhere here in Kenya because of the following. I used to stay in some hostel when I was doing my master's program. Okay, so this hostel was kinda in an apartment, like an Airbnb. And from my window, I would see the orphanage. Like, the view was so clear. And those children really were living in a kinda not good environment. And I remember one specific time, it was during the rainy season, and I would always stand there by the window every day once I was done with my classes, and then I would see these children. They were sitting outside. Some were as young as 1 year old, 2 years old, and such. And guys, sometimes you look at such an orphanage and you ask yourself, like, the founders, what are their intentions? Like, when you think of starting a children home, what are some of the goals that you have? Because at the end of the day, the children need to be in a very good environment. That is one thing. The other thing is that the environment should be safe. And through some influence, because I mobilized friends and some people that I knew back then, we had to go to the authorities, and finally the orphanage was shut down. Let me tell you guys, what Priska Sagati did the other day is commendable. As a mother, my worst fear is if anybody will come out and attack my children. Do you understand? You all know I'm a mother to a son and a daughter. And I can't imagine, someone maybe attacking my children and abusing them. Do you understand? I feel, because I'm a mother and I know everything that concerns motherhood. Priska Sagati did something noble. When she went to the children home, she met this guy that was, drunk. And this guy, from the response of the children, because I took my time to listen to the feedback the children were giving out, these children were asked by Priska Sagati in Swahili, does this guy always come here to disturb you? And the children said, yes, he's always coming here to disturb us. Remember, it was the response from the children. Some of you will come here and tell me those children were coached, but that is what those children said. And the questions were being asked in Swahili. And then the guy said, he's always there cooking for the children. Priska Sagati asked the children, does this guy cook for you guys ugali? The children said, no, he doesn't. What does that tell you? It tells you this is an intruder. Do you understand? This is an intruder. And if anyone can walk in and out of the orphanage, who is at risk? If not the children. Do you understand? And remember, these children, when they are in that particular orphanage, their safety is paramount. There is no way you can start an orphanage and you don't know how you are going to ensure that the children are safe. I know of so many people that grew up in an orphanage. In fact, I have some students that, grew up in an orphanage and they still stay in those orphanages. Do you understand? And most of them, when they tell you about their experiences, you can judge and come to a conclusion that such is a good orphanage or maybe it's not a good one. Do you understand? And therefore, when Priska Sagati recorded everything and she decided to call the DCI, personally, I don't see any problem. Unless that lady Esther has some issues that she does not want the world to know. At the end of the day, we need to understand the protocol in that children home. Through Priska Sagati's latest video, it made me come to a conclusion. Remember what Maro said. Maro said he's not going to support that children home unless everything is clear. He wants clear records. Like, for example, the number of children that are in that orphanage. He wants to know their age. He wants to know everything about them so that he can attach them or rather connect them with donors. Otherwise, he said he's not going to help that orphanage. And I strongly believe Marwa had his own reasons. The naysayers came after Marwa and they said he wants to take over the children home. Guys, if this lady Esther is honest, she would have just agreed on all the conditions that Marwa gave out. If she's really looking out for these children, and if she really wants everything, or rather the best for the children, she would have not, turned down the requests that were made by Marwa. If she would have agreed, by now the children would be having donors or rather sponsors. When Priska Sagati went there the second time, did you see the way she was handled? By the time she was going to the orphanage, she was stopped, or rather getting into the orphanage, she was stopped by the security guard. And he told her, the owner, that is Esther, the one that they call Mama, to mean mother, gave out clear instructions. Nobody should get into the orphanage and record the children. Nobody should do any videos or take photos with the children. Do you understand? She was very clear. The guy said, the mother said, if you've brought anything, leave it at the gate or hand it over to the person that is in charge. You look at all these shenanigans and you ask yourself, Esther, are you honest? These YouTubers from Nyabohansa have been going to that orphanage for so many times. Do you understand? And from my own understanding, there are those that have been supporting the orphanage way back before even it was brought in the limelight. Those YouTubers that you see in Nyabohansa, why have you never stopped them from getting into the orphanage? Why have you never stopped them from recording the children? What exactly is it that you are missing? Remember, we have children that are in that orphanage. They need to be safe. They don't need to be touched by any person. And if a drunkard is just walking around the orphanage, and guys, when someone is under the influence, they don't have self-control. They can do anything to the children, including harming them. Do you understand? And this is one thing that Priska was questioning. Why is this guy in the orphanage? Why did you people fail to receive what was brought by Priska Sagati? So that guys, there's something ish that is ongoing in that orphanage. Why did they turn down whatever Priska had carried to the orphanage? If they were really, or rather if they are doing things the way they're supposed to be done, they should have taken whatever Priska took there and told her maybe of the new regulations, do you understand, and let her just go home. But by them telling Priska, oh, this and that, why are you recording the children? Why did she say that girls have been, sexually molested in the orphanage and such? You look at this lady, you listen to her. She says she's in a hospital. Yes, it may be true. Me, I don't know. I don't know. She said she's somewhere sick in a hospital. Yes, you may be sick. But while you are away, who is in charge of the orphanage? Do you have a person that is taking care of everything? Why did this person not come out and meet Priska Sagati? Why was it that it was you who you are saying you are in a critical condition, or I don't know whether you advised some bed rest or whatever? Why did you strain and talk to Priska Sagati through the phone? Who is in charge while you are away? Do you know those are children that are in that orphanage? And they need to be safe. Someone needs to be held responsible. Yes, you are away. But in case of anything, who will be, held responsible? If the police have to come to that orphanage because of something that has happened, who will they go to get the answers from? Who is that person? So that you guys, there are a lot of things that are missing out concerning this orphanage. I'm happy because Priska Sagati identified another orphanage and took all those items that she had bought. Let those children enjoy. At the end of the day, there are so many needy children all over the world, if not in Nyabohansa. Do you understand? There are so many children. Let them receive all these goodies that are being, sponsored by people from abroad. Let them have a moment. But this lady Esther, she should have a stand. I know Nasto has been supporting that orphanage for a long time. Cloud Joseph, the same thing, and other YouTubers. And they have been creating videos. You've never stopped them. Why Priska Sagati? Is it because she came out and exposed this drunkard? Is it because she came out and questioned? If you guys, you want to, let's say for example, you don't want the children to be exposed, to the media and such, take a stand. Because I know we have orphanages that operate in such a way. If you want to go there and donate to them, you just go spend the day with the children, no cameras, nothing. There's a children home that I always visit with my students over the holiday. We always go there, do some chores with them, donate to them whatever we have. But we don't carry the cameras. Like for example, when we get to the gate, I usually leave there my phone. We just go do the activities, spend the day with the children, and once we are done, you just go collect your phone and you go away. I know of orphanages that operate in such a way. Like they don't want matters to do with cameras. They don't want people to be interacting with the children. And by the way, before you are allowed in that orphanage that I'm talking about, they need to do a background check on you to ensure the safety of the children. My people, I don't know what you think about this, because guys, it's so crazy. I've never seen such a crazy happening. I heard Esther saying she's the one that called the DCI before Priska Sagati did it, because she had been earlier on informed about the drunkard that had gotten into the orphanage. My people, if you really watch that video, when Priska was talking to Esther, Priska told Esther she had called the DCI. And Priska asked Esther, is it okay? Esther said, it is okay. Let the police come. I never heard her say she had called the police. And if again we go back to that video, there's something that this lady said. She said that is a neighbor that has always been coming to the orphanage. Underline always. Has been coming to the orphanage like every day. What has she ever done to condone such? Meaning that this guy has been getting into the orphanage and there's no one that has rather taken any step to stop him from getting into the orphanage. It is what it is. It is so crazy. The children need to be protected, and that is the way to go. It is good that people have cameras. They just go there and record and capture everything that is happening so that the world can know what is taking place in that particular orphanage. Because at the end of the day, the children should be protected. They should be safe. If you take up such a responsibility, you should understand it's not easy. And you have to toil and moil to ensure everything is in order. People have questioned a lot. Why is the orphanage? People have questioned a lot. Why is the orphanage in the state that it is in? Bearing in mind, this orphanage was not started the other day. According to the comments that I read, this is an orphanage that should be way ahead of these other orphanages that are, upcoming. Because this lady has always been there. The orphanage has been there for a long time. She has always had donors and sponsors. Why is it that the orphanage looks kinda, are not well taken care of? Why do the children look like they are not well taken care of? Guys, there's a lot that we can question about the orphanage. I'm happy people came out to advise Priska Sagati. Let her forget about the orphanage. Let her find something else to do. After all, there are so many other needy children that are out here, including in Nyabohanse. She can identify them through the sponsors and the donors and let them be helped. If she does not want people to go there, let it be very clear. If she does not want cameras and recordings, let it be very clear, and any person that goes there should follow the guidelines. Like there should not be favorism. One person comes and records, you don't say anything. When another person does the same thing, you are on their neck. It does not work like that. Take a stand. Just say these are my rules. Do you understand? These are the laws in this orphanage. And any visitor that comes there should be in a position to be taken through the guidelines. They should be well written somewhere, mounted on the wall, so that people can know the do's and the don'ts of the orphanage. I don't know what to think about this video, guys. Let me know. Please drop your comment. I would love to hear from you. Please don't forget to subscribe. I'm on the road to 1K subscribers. Please, 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 please subscribe to this backup channel and take me there. Thank you so much and goodbye for now.